He hath prepared his throne for judgment. He's prepared his throne for judgment. Look at verse 12. When he maketh inquisition for blood, hear that? When he maketh inquisition for blood, he's going to destroy all these, the people and the cities and the memorial. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembers them. He remembered them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. You hear that? He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. That's why we got one last chance and one last time to cry to the Most High. This is the last time we have to cry, y'all. The very, very last time we got to cry to the Most High. And they're going to send us a Savior. Mashiach Yahushua. Coming in the power of the Most High. Man. Look. Revelation 21:4. Our last cry. We're going to cry. But you know, listen, before you go to Revelation 1:7. When he sent him outside to judge and make war. It's going to be our last crying out right here. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he coming with clouds. He coming with the chariots, the angels of the Most High. Mashiach Yahushua. Under the power of the Most High. And every eye shall see him. So don't worry about nobody saying he's coming, he's over here, he's over there. He told you that. Every eye going to see him. And they also which pierced him, they that pierced him, they going to see him too. And all kindreds and of the earth shall wail because of him. Hear that? Everybody going to be crying because of him. And once we're with him and he bring the indignation, destruction on this earth, to set righteousness on this earth, get right to the point, Revelation 11:13. Well, let's read verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. So we going up. They're going to come and get us and bring us up. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, the cloud of the chariots, when you read Psalms 104:3. They call it UFOs, unidentified flying objects. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects. They will say, come up hither. And we ascended up to heaven in a cloud, Most High will. And their enemies beheld them. So our enemies ain't going up in the cloud. Enemies going to be seeing us going up in these chariots. These IFOs, identified flying objects, what they call flying saucers. So once we up in those chariots, them IFOs, let's see, verse 13, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, destruction, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. Okay? Or frightened then, right? So, and we're going to wail, because all the kids are going to wail whenever we, see the Mashiach come. And then, Revelation 21:4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither sorrow nor crying, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Hallelujah. That's what we're looking forward to. That's what this is all about, working toward this. So, go back to Psalms, the 9th chapter. Psalms, the 9th chapter. beautiful, man. It's, right, looking at where we at now and everything that's going on. A lot of people probably can't fathom what it is that this word is saying. But those that believe and have faith, hallelujah, it's coming. Let's look at Psalms 9 and 7. But the Most High shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment. He prepared his throne for judgment. We just read about some of the judgment. And he shall judge the world in righteousness. Hear that? He's going to judge the world in how they followed his laws, statutes, commandments. For all you that say we're not under the law. He's going to judge the whole world in righteousness. He's going to beat them with a rod of iron. That's his law. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. The Most High also will be a refuge for the oppressed. A refuge in times of trouble. You hear that? He's going to be a refuge for the oppressed. That's the children of Israel. And a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. Everybody knows that. His name not God. Trust me. Everybody know that his name is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. He said, that's my name forever, the memorial to all generations. And Israel is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, O Most High, have not forsaken them that seek thee. Hear that? He's not going to forsake them that seek him. You got to seek his face. Sing praises to the Most High, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. Declare among the people his doings. Declare among the people his doings. He like to be talked about. There's not enough conversation about the Most High. Declare among the people his doings, the things that he's doing, the things that he has done and doing. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembered them. You that's talking about them, uplifting them, telling them to come up and now Yahweh. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembered them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Hear that? He forget not the cry of the humble. That's why we had women that cried all the time for us. And men, you got to humble yourself. That's King David, the mightiest warrior that pretty much that we had. One of them cried to the Most High all the time. Before the Most High. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Praying to the Most High. Have mercy upon me, O Most High. Consider my trouble, which I suffer of them that hate me. Thou that lifted me up from the gates of death, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid in their own foot taken. Hear that? The heathen setting traps for the meek, for the humble, and they're going to fall in them themselves. Yep. Most High is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Siyah, Shalom. The wicked shall be turned into hell. Here they say the wicked going to be turned into hell. And all the nations that forget the Most High. So, and we're a nation. And we nations within one nation. Once again, the wicked shall be turned into hell. And all the nations that forget the Most High. All the nations that forget the Most High. That's why you better be bragging and talk about the Most High Like he said, tell your sons so they can tell their sons about him. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. So they needy now. We needy now, but we're not going to always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Rise, O Most High. You go hear this. King David said this a many a time. That's why we talk about Krom Yasharallah. The Most High said, rise to be. David said, rise, O Most High. Krom Most High. Rise, Most High. Let not man prevail. Rise, Most High. Krom Most High. Krom power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Rise, Most High. Let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Most High. You got to rise. Who do you tell him first? Rise, Most High. Ain't no Krom Yasharallah. Ain't no Krom Israelites. Rise, Most High. He the one going to do this. Let not man prevail. Rise, Most High. Let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. When he rise, to bring forth the judgment upon the heathen. Put them in fear, O Most High, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. That the nation may know that they're nothing compared to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Once again, what David said in verse 19, rise, O Most High. Let not man prevail. Don't let man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Let these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel be judged in the Most High's sight. Put them in fear, O Most High, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. They're nothing but mortal men. They want to be the Most High. They want to be everything. No, they're nothing but mortal men. Psalms, the 10th chapter. Look at verse 12. Once again. Krom Most High. Rise, O Most High. Rise, Most High. O Most High. Lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble. Rise, Most High. Lift up your hand. Forget not the humble. You got to hear this. Most High said, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves. He said, rise, O Most High. O Most High. Lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble. Forget not the humble. Verse 17. Let's read on. Wherefore does the wicked contend, Most High? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it. His eyes 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You see everything, even the secret things that's being done. But thou beholdest mischief and smite, to inquire it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. You know, you have those that don't have a father. That's the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked. You know what he say? Break the arm of the wicked. And the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Seek out his wickedness till you know every last wicked deed that they're going to do. Attempt to do. O Most High Master is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Not yet. Freeze of prophecy. The heathen are perished out of his land. O Most High, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Hear that? The Most High has heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart, gonna prepare their mind. Thou wilt cause thine ears to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed. To judge the fatherless and the oppressed. Those that father has died, and those that are being oppressed. That the man of the earth may no more oppress. That the man of the earth, the ones that's oppressing us today, to this day, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. He's not going to oppress us no more. Because the Most High going to put his hand in it to make sure it don't happen. Psalms 34. Psalms the 34th chapter. Man, that's going to be a lovely day. Start at verse 1. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise ye the Most High, shall continually be in my mouth. See, this is a problem with a lot of, I think, Israelites when you really look at too much into we as a people. And knowing we Israelites, but we got to praise the Most High. You got to hear it. See, David was a man after the Most High's own mind. This is what he's saying. I will bless the Most High, at all times. His praise, Allah, Yahweh, shall continually be in my mouth. Praising the Most High. The angels are praising him 24/7. Non-stop, non-stop. Holy, 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 holy. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And who are we as mortal people that not realize, looking at what's being said here, and not want to praise him? I will bless the Most High, and bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. You can't say it enough. Hard to say. How many times you gonna say it? What? Are you serious? You can't praise him enough. You see what let me read it to you again. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Most High. To the glory of the Most High. You know what he say? My soul shall make her boast in the Most High. I'm going to boast about my power. Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. The humble people going to hear it and be glad. So a private person not going to hear it and be glad. It's going to irk them. You can't praise the Most High enough, y'all. You going to put a limit on praising the Most High? Oh, magnify the Most High with me, and let us exalt his name together. He would have said, oh, magnify the Most High with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Most High, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. Seeking the Most High, because you boasting about him. You praising him. You blessing him. I sought the Most High, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto me him, and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. Looked into the Most High, and lit up, was illuminated. Following what he say do. And you're not going to be ashamed. That's why he told us in Isaiah 45:17. But Israel, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be saved by Hashem Mashiach, the name of the Lord Savior, with an everlasting salvation, powers and authority forever and ever and ever, to the Israelites. Ye shall not be ashamed. So we ain't gonna be ashamed, nor confounded, confused, world without end. Yes, hallelujah to the Most High. Psalm 34:6. This poor man cried. This poor man cried. This humble man cried. This meek man cried. And the Most High heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. This is a solution. You want to know a solution? This is a solution. This poor man cried. Cried. You ain't cry if you prideful. You got to have humility. And the Most High heard him. You hear that? He cried and the Most High heard him through hearing his cry. Humility, meekness, and saved him out of all his troubles. Hear that? Saved him out of all his troubles. How did he do it? The Most High is doing it. How did he do it? Verse 7. The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him. That respect, that's afraid, that's scared of him. That fear him. The angel of the Most High encampeth around them that fear him, and delivereth them. Oh, taste and see. See that? The angel of the Most High encampeth around them that fear the Most High, and delivereth them. Verse 6, this poor man cried, the poor man crying, and the Most High heard him cry, and saved him out of all his troubles. This King David been a bar still. Played with wild animals. No big deal. Took a rock and killed Goliath, a giant. King David. So he's still a mighty man, and we're still mighty men. But you gotta have this side too. It's part of what we gotta have too. That balance. Oh, taste and see that the Most High is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. Blessed is the man that have faith in the Most High. Oh, fear the Most High, ye his saints. But there is no want to them that fear him. Hear that? There's no want to them that fear him. Let's go to Exodus, 17th chapter. Exodus 17 and 5. And the Most High said unto Moses, go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in the Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock. So they hit the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. Okay, so he told them to hit the rock, and the water going to come out. That's why I say listening is an art and a responsibility. Listening is very important. So he told them to smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding or the arguing of the children of Israel, going back and forth with them. And because they tempted the Most High, saying, is the Most High among us or not? See, that's one thing. People, they don't realize the Most High is always there. So they telling Moses, is the Most High with us or not? I can hear Israel going off like that. Even on the messages, you know what I mean? It's like they expect you to be, Moses was like the Most High. But the Most High heard him. He talking about him. He talking about him. Numbers, the 20th chapter. And let's start at verse 3. Listen as an art, y'all. And the people chided with Moses and spake, saying, with the Most High, that we had died when our brethren died before the Most High. That's saying a lot. I wish I'd have died when our brothers died before the Most High. They're going back and forth against Moses. And why have you brought up the congregation of the Most High into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? You brought us up in this wilderness, we should die in this wilderness? And wherefore have you made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us in unto this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. Just complaining. Just going back with Moses, complaining and complaining, complaining. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces. And the glory of the Most High appeared unto them, the angel of the Most High, the Spirit of the Most High, appeared unto them, who we know as Mashiach Yahushua, but as an angel. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, this is what he said. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, through the angel of the Most High, take the rod, gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. He told him to take his rod. Remember last time he told him just hit the rock, strike the rock, and go out for water, right? This time he told him to speak unto the rock before their eyes. Speak unto the rock before them. And it shall give forth his water. So now, I want you to see this because this will go right over your head because y'all read the Bible fast. But we're going to slow it down and see this mystery that a lot of people can't see. Let's go back up to verse 6. It says, Moses and Aaron fell down on their face. Last precept. And they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Most High appeared unto them. Now the glory of the Most High speaking to Moses about the Most High, the messenger of the Most High. See, it's no different. I mean, Psalms 104 and 4. Psalms 104 and 4. The angel of the Most High, minister of the Most High, just like he said, the Most High going to deliver you. Then he say the angel of the Most High. By the angel of the Most High, he going to do what he say he going to do. By the Spirit or the angel, either or, same entity. Could say angel, could say spirit. Psalms 104 and 4. Who maketh his angels spirits. So it might say angel, it might say spirit. It might say angels, it might say spirits. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. And what's that fire? Jeremiah 23:29. This is what the angels or the spirits bring forth. And you're going to see as we go on this lesson, there will be angels that speaking of humility. Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire? So his word is like fire, said the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. So when you see his ministers of flaming fire, his ministers are bringing forth the word of the Most High, angel of the Most High. So going back to Numbers 20 and 6. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces. So they fell upon their faces because Israel is going off on them. And they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Most High appeared unto them. Now, let me give you something. Go to St. John. Let's go to a prayer that Mashiach H.O.I prayed in St. John, the 17th chapter, the 5th verse. Listen what he says. And now, O Father, he's praying to the Most High. He's in the flesh. He's just about to be crucified for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self with the glory. You hear that? And you see that? With the glory which I had with thee before the world was. So, he said glory right here that he had before the world was. Before there was a world, any world. And he made all the worlds. So he asked for the glory that he had with the Most High before the world was. So now going back to Numbers 20 and 6. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Most High appeared unto them. The Spirit of the Most High, same Spirit of the Most High that we see in Genesis, first chapter, the second verse, and in the first verse. In the beginning, Thaahwam, the powers created the heavens and the earth. Ephesians 3 and 9 says, understand this mystery that's been hidden in the Most High, who created all things by H.O.I. So, there it is. Genesis 1 and 1, Genesis 1 and 2. H.O.I. is an angel. It's the first creation of the Most High. So, you got to stand, because he's saying what he's saying. He said, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water. Why didn't he say my water? Because it's someone speaking for the Most High, which is what, who? The glory of the Most High that appeared to Moses right here. Who is the angel of the Most High that spoke to him in Exodus 3rd chapter, the 2nd verse. Listen, verse 8. Take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother. That's why listening is our responsibility. Because the first thing you do is take the rod. So you think about the rod. I got the rod. I hit it once and the water came through. Now listen. He said, take the rod, gather thou the assembly together of Israel, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock. Speak unto the rock before their eyes, before the Israelites' eyes. Speak before the rock. He didn't say hit it, he said speak before the rock. And it shall bring forth his water. You see? He's speaking for the Most High. The angel of the Most High is speaking for the Most High. It's the Most High's water. And thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their priests drink. Moses took the rod from before the Most High, as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, hear now, ye rebels. He going off. Remember, they was chiding, verse 3, and the people chide with Moses, and spake, saying, would the Most High that we had died when our brethren died before the Most High. Why has you, Moses, brought us the congregation of the Most High into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? They tripping on him, going off on him. Verse 10. Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, hear now, Shemai, Atah, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? Must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod, he smote the rock twice. Pow, pow. With his rod. But what was he told? Verse 8. Take the rod, gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak. Speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water. That's his water. Not Moses' water. But by hitting the rock, people don't think it's his water. Moses doing it. And not give glory to the Most High. That's why you can't praise him enough. You can't bless him enough. You can't boast about him enough. You can't talk about him enough. Listen to what he said. Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, hear now, ye rebels, must we, that's Moses and Aaron, fetch you water out of this rock? So now the water come out. It's not his water no more, but it's Moses and Aaron's water. This is how you can mess up. Must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. And the water came out abundantly. The congregation drank, and their beasts also. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not. You ain't have faith in what I told you to bring forth his water, my water, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. That's why I say you can't sanctify the Most High. You can't praise, you can't honor, you can't bless, you can't boast about him enough. You hear what he said? Now y'all better hear what the word is saying. And I'm saying, as I see it in the spirit. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. Oh. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strode with the Most High, and he was sanctified in them. Now, this is serious. This is real serious. Now, go to Numbers so you understand who Moses was. So I mean, just so you don't get too high-minded, you will be humble. Let's see who Moses was in the eyes of the Most High. Numbers 12th chapter, the 3rd verse. Now the man Moses was very meek, very humble, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. That's deep. Look, not only that. Jump down to verse 6. And he said, hear now me. Hear now my words. Salakia. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Most High, will make myself known unto him in a vision, or will speak unto him in a dream. That's how the Most High speak. In a vision or a dream to most men. But my servant Moses is not so. They ain't speak to Moses in visions and dreams, who was faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Most High shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Most High was kindled against them, and he departed. Because they talking about the Most High dealing with them like he dealing with Moses. Aaron was his mouthpiece. This is Miriam, his sister, Moses' sister and brother, Aaron. You know, Moses had, they would, you know, let's read it, verse 1 and 2. Numbers 12:1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. They talked about him, you know, concerning him marrying an Ethiopian woman. And they said, hath the Most High, this is what the Most High heard. This is what was the problem. Not the fact that he married the Ethiopian woman in the eyes of the Most High. And he said, have the Most High, and they said, have the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Most High heard it. That's why you got to be very careful. People be thinking they're on the same page. Everybody not on the same page. They don't speak against Moses, and the Most High heard it. He said, speak to Moses mouth to mouth. Verse 9, and the anger of the Most High was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. See? And Moses, like you say, he was powerful in the eyes of the Most High. I mean, the Most High gave us the laws through Moses. Go to Deuteronomy 32 and 48, verse 48. And the Most High spake unto Moses that selfsame day, saying, get thee up into this mountain, Abarim, unto Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, that is over against Jericho, and behold, the land of Canaan, showing them the land of Canaan, the land of Israel, the land that he's going to give the children of Israel, all 12 tribes. The land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel for a possession. And die in the mount whither thou goest up. and be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother died in the Mount Hor, and was gathered unto his people, because ye trespassed against me among the children of Israel, at the waters of Meribah Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the children of Israel. That's why I say, brothers, you cannot exalt, you cannot praise, you cannot boast about, you cannot respect and fear the Most High enough. You can't bless him enough. You cannot do anything enough but praise and glorify the Most High among the children of Israel. Hear what he said? Because ye trespassed against me among the children of Israel at the waters of Meribah Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the children of Israel, yet thou shalt see the land before thee. I'm going to show you the land before thee. Before you, you're going to see the land, Moses. But thou shalt not go thither unto the land which I give to the children of Israel. That's deep. For any of you that's high-minded, that think you already know you done made it to the kingdom, he say, don't speak to Moses, no vision, no dream. He say, speak to Moses mouth to mouth. Moses was the most meekest man in the world, he said. At the time he walked the earth. He showed him the kingdom. We got to go to the kingdom. He showed him the kingdom, so you can't go. Can you imagine that? We go through all that we got to go through, and he said, oh no, you can't go. And you right there, he's showing it to you. You seeing streets of paved with gold. I'm talking about the kingdom that we're talking about. That's going to last forever and ever and ever. He showed it to us. He said, oh no, you can't go. Wow, man. Look at Deuteronomy 34. And we're going to read verse 1 to 7. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. And the Most High showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan, and all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim, and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah, unto the utmost sea, and the south, and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, unto Zoar. The Most High said unto him, this is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. That's his dear lineage. I have caused thee to see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Most High, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Most High. And he was buried, and he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Beor. But no man knoweth of his sepulchre unto this day. Nobody knoweth Moses was at. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his the natural force abated. He was still strong. He still had his eyes seeing well and all of that. It's beautiful. So let's look at Psalm 69 chapter.